Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly. And man, this is kind of a funny story, man, regarding Christian McCaffrey and how he got placed on IR. There's this guy on Twitter, X. I don't know if you guys follow him, Marcos Martinez. I think he has a YouTube channel, Clutch Gene Sports. But this guy, freaking everything that happens with the Niners, he posts about it, and it comes out that it's true. Now here's his tweet right here. It was just what was it, like a freaking less than a week ago. And he's saying, oh, they're talking about Christian McCaffrey going on the IR. And not one person, not one beat writer, anyone was talking about this before. And then so a lot of people see this and they start asking Kyle all these questions. Oh, is he going to go on IR? And Kyle says, no, not at all. And then look what happens. 3 days later, he goes on IR, which is kind of, I don't know, man. It's weird because look at, same thing what happened with Brandon Aiyuk. This guy right here, Marcos, he's out there. He says, oh, don't worry, Niner fans. Brandon Aiyuk, it's going to be a great weekend because Brandon Aiyuk signing. Freaking, then Ian Rappaport, 2 hours later, he tweets out that Brandon Aiyuk signs. Like, what the heck? So, something is up, man. There's obviously, there's no question that there's a mole in the 49ers locker room, which to me, I'll be honest, it doesn't make that much of a big deal because pretty much what happens is they tell a story before any of the national media gets it. He probably knows someone in the organization that's feeding him all this information. And I think last year too, he was hit on a whole bunch of other things. He's always right, man. So obviously he has connections where he knows someone in the organization, which basically tells him what the hell is going on. And it comes to fruition. It happens. And that's it's crazy. But again, I don't think it's that big of a deal that we do have a leaker. I remember John Chapman who did a whole speech. Oh, Niners do not leak. Niners do not leak. It's like, bro, every team leaks, man. At the end of the day, let's just be real. We're all in school back in the day. And, when the hottest girl, she would break up with her dude, whatever happened, man, everybody finds out by recess. By recess, we all find out, what happened. Everyone tells, everyone, we're all human, man. So it doesn't surprise me that this happens. The only thing I find funny is, why is it that the local media, they never break stories, dude? Like, they're never, ever gonna break a story about the Niners. Like, it's always gonna come from either the John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, or Ian Rappaport, who's over there in freaking New York. It never happens with Matt Mayoko, Lombardi, Grant, any of those dudes. It's never going to be leaked. It's freaking leaked by a good guy on freaking X. He's like our number one source that if something happens, he's going to tell us before it even happens, So I think it's funny, I remember who watches the Niners back when Mike Singletary was the coach, and all these things were leaking out, all these stories were coming out about the Niners organization, and Mike Singletary makes an epic speech. Now I couldn't find it, but it was hilarious, where he talked about, we have a rat in the locker room and we're gonna find the stench from the smell from that person. Who remembers that? That was the most hilarious thing ever. My dad, he's a Rams fan, and he would always make fun of me. He's like, man, your coach is out there talking about a mole in the locker room. That was hilarious. Obviously the number one speech from Singletary was, can't play with them, can't coach with them, can't do it. That was the number one speech, but that other one, that was pretty great, man. I'm not gonna lie, that was freaking hilarious when there was a rat in the Niners locker room, with whoever it was, a coach or whatever, and they would leak everything, and Mike Singletary went off on a tangent. That was awesome, absolutely awesome. But yeah, regarding this, the reason I think it's not a big deal is because first of all, let's be real, it helps us fans, man. Us fans, we want to know everything right away, and we pretty much found out like a few hours earlier that Brandon Aiyuk was signing that weekend. And then last week, hearing about how Marcos was leaking, how they're probably going to place Christian McCaffrey on IR. And a lot of people were saying BS, it's bull BS. But the dude was right, man. He freaking, a few days later, freaking Nico's on IR. So obviously, this guy, he has someone in the Niners locker room. And who knows, maybe John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, they're probably pissed about it, that someone out there is leaking information. But again, it probably happens to every single team out there that are doing the same exact thing, what we're doing. But I mean, as long as they're not freaking leaking out, our freaking playbook, that might be an issue. That might be something of an issue. But yeah, I remember I think was it last season or a few seasons ago, where there was some film. Remember that when Trey Lance had those plays, and then they were like shocked because that got leaked out. And with Dominic Lenore, when he was a rookie, he was actually, you can't touch the guy in rookie minicamp, and he was bumping him, and that got leaked too. So actually, damn, that might be the same dude that's leaking all that stuff. So maybe it isn't good actually. Who knows? But yeah, as long as they're not leaking plays, it should be fine. But I think it's just interesting, man. Seeing that, and then it coming into fruition, and then yeah, even during the draft, I think he was saying some stuff. I was just like, I wonder if that's true. And then, came out to be that was true. So, yeah, if you've got to follow that guy, man, because it seems like he has every single thing that the Niners, some information that's going on. So, who knows, man? At the end of the day, our guys got to take care of business because let's be real, man. We have a big game coming up. Vikings gotta beat them tomorrow. Gotta beat these guys because we have not won there since '92. Obviously, it's gonna suck without Christian McCaffrey there. However, I think we could get the job done because we got, Jordan Mason right now. Let's be real, man. This dude, he ran 146, and he made it look easy. He was hitting those holes. Young, fresh legs, younger than Christian McCaffrey. I'm not saying he is Christian McCaffrey. You can't replace Christian McCaffrey. I was watching highlights this morning of Christian McCaffrey, and just the way he cuts and glides, it's absolutely beautiful, But Jordan Mason, he put in the work this offseason. I believe he said he bought jugs. Was that him? I believe it was him that bought those $3,000 jugs that throw on the ball. And his catching ability, man, it's really been paying off because he's been catching everything. That one play, it was like I think it was a simple screen to Jordan Mason. It was a big third down, and he caught it with ease, And yeah, the other years he just couldn't do that, but now he's doing everything that the Niners are telling him to do. So hopefully this guy has another big game. Obviously offensive line's got to step up, got to give him those holes, but I think he's the guy to do it, man. I think he is. Maybe we get another running back. Who knows? But we probably should, or we should probably use Garendo because I do not like using Deebo Samuel. like for 10 plays, when he could get hurt, I was like, come on, dude. Come on, Kyle. Get these other guys. And you got other guys for a reason. So use them. And that's just my thought. But it should be a big game. Hopefully Christian comes back after this 4-game IR. But yeah, man. Just got to say, yeah, there is a leaker in the 49ers locker room. Take it as you may, how you feel about it. Some people be maybe more pissed off than me. But yeah, man. It looks like it happened, man. But yeah, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Talk to you next time. Peace.